microbiology earlier also, and is editorial member of 3 international journals in the field of microbiology and food science, and reviewer of many peer-reviewed journals. And he presented more than 40 plus research papers, and is a subject expert resource person, member of many associations, and he had been to USA, Canada, and Taiwan on invitation to an international conference there. With this brief, I welcome wholeheartedly Professor M.I. Srinivasa sir to this online lecture session on behalf of all the participants through online, and also on behalf of the MMTC Center and University of Mysore. Over to Professor Srinivasa.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. As usual, fine introduction and very systematic. Hope my voice is clear. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know that speaking and as well as listening evening sessions would be very difficult. And the kind of response what I got makes a little bit happier that I got many yes sir answers. Many times online presentation means like I feel talking to computer, which I never liked. But anyhow, we need to adapt to technology. So in that technology, we are here discussing with computer, looking into computer and sharing our knowledge. Well, though I am from microbiology background with different research experience, but today I took a topic for the discussion, research metrics. I hope members sitting here in the online course are intent to do a research work, as it has become a part of our curriculum. Either your friends pressurize, otherwise your colleagues supports, or your institute asks, otherwise UGC or many other things ask us to conduct research. But the concept here, what I am speaking here, when we want to do a research, how is this research is being graded, or how is this research is being analyzed? Because friends, you believe it or not, today in this era, whatever the research we do, it is like an open platform. Everybody looking into that research, everybody can access to your research, everybody can see the impact of the research. That's how the concept of research metric has initiated. Like in my 1 hour discussion or 1 hour 15 minutes of discussion, I'll be discussing like whenever you're interested in publishing your papers, how to find a good journal. The moment concept of good journal comes, there comes the metrics. They show certain features in their journal. So how do you grade that is a good journal? So among that, one which plays a vital role all these days, not today, was impact factor. And journals do not give only impact factor, they also give other metrics like site score, SNP, SJR, and the one who publishes paper by looking into these metrics, there comes your own performance like author metrics or article metrics. And at last, I'll try to wind up how and where are we heading today, especially with the concept of article processing fee, that is APC, and as well as predatory journals. I'll try to wind up with those two aspects. Like when I say journals, it's not a new concept. The concept of journal, which has started by the Royal Society of London, probably if we can look back earlier during 18th century or so, Anybody who is interested in publishing their results, they used to write and sketch out the results and everything, and they used to submit it to Royal Society of London. There are many discoveries which has happened in this way. But anyhow, the Royal Society of London has come out with a concept of journal, academic journal, somewhere in 16th century itself, like 1665. But from that point to till 1990, this research journals, research concepts was not so popular or familiar. But when the internet has pitched in, the internet has taken a major role in the field of research, or in that platform, the concept of research, the concept of journal has paced up. Like today, we have more than 50,000 academic journals. The moment we hear the word 50,000 plus academic journals, anybody who is interested in publishing a paper, he is supposed to see whether that journal is good. He is supposed to see what metrics you are supposed to be considered in order to publish your paper in that journal. So here comes the question of research metrics. Well, probably when I say you are supposed to look into a good journal, then probably someone who is sitting there can ask me a question like, why? Why do we want to publish in a good journal? Like in a simple way, if you publish your paper, you are making available throughout the world that particular publication. And that has to be increased readership, and it has to increase the visibility. And of course, whenever you publish a paper, you want to feel proud. Academic credibility need to be comes out that. So if you publish a paper in a good journal, you will get that improved academic credibility. And of course, whenever you publish a good paper, it increases the chances of grant funding. Like by quoting that paper, you can ask the funding agency, like, this is what I did, and you are supposed to give me, this is the thing, and this is how I need funding. And probably you all know that nowadays our CAS, promotions, whatever is there, they have an assessment by looking into your research and the papers being published, like career advancement. Like somehow it goes like that. The moment you publish a paper, if you publish in a good journal, it increases the citations, and it also can influence the policy making, and of course, international recognition also which comes out of that. Well, if I take one simple example, like every country is something like they are in a race, including India. They are very much interested in publishing high numbers of papers, publications. Like I'm just taking 2022 data. Like in that, China has published more than, like say for example, lakhs of publications. A country-wise data I just gave, like 20% of global publication which comes from China. And of course, even India also is publishing like 275,000 articles, like 10% share. And the country-wise, it goes something like this. With an intention that there are many countries who are in the race of publishing high number of publications, including India. Like when I say like 10 lakhs publications from China, 4 lakhs publications from USA, 2 lakhs 75,000 from India, like where are they being published? Like if I say there are top 25 academic journal publishers in the world, these are the major research publication platforms wherein they do have different kinds of journals, and you are supposed to submit your journal into these mainly research platforms or research journals holding agencies, I would say, like Cambridge University Press or elsewhere, Springer, Wiley, Taylor and Francis, MDPI, PLAS, IEEE, Nature. Like these are the major research platforms wherein they do launch different kinds of journals. In that we are publishing papers. Like probably you can ask me a question here. 50,000 plus research journals are there, 25 plus platforms are there. How would I find my journal? Where am I supposed to publish? Like when it comes to publishing your own paper, you're supposed to search which one best suitable for your research articles. Like you might be thinking that out of 50,000 journals, which journal is very specific to your publication, which is more specific to your article or the content of the article. Like all these major platforms have come out with a concept called journal finder. Means they mainly help to search which journal is more suitable for your article. Like Elsewhere has its own journal finder, like Springer has journal suggester. Like that, there are many. Clarivate, Says, Wiley, I think these are all openly available public platforms, AI enabled, which helps you to find which one is the better article for you. Say, for example, if you're really interested in finding a good journal, just go to Google and type journal finder or which journal suits for your article. Like I just typed in a Google with a keyword journal finder, you can see a list here. Like I just limited to 4 here, and you might find many. Like whoever is interested, you can try. Like if you are interested in publishing Elsewhere platform, click the journal finder in Elsewhere. If you're interested in publishing a Springer journal, click that and then look for the journal. Like I just typed here and this is what it has shown. And if you click on to any journal finders, and if you give a title or an abstract or a keywords of your own article into that, it shows something like that. Like I just give my one article title, my abstract, and it has shown something like this. There are around 40 journals matching to my paper. It's my own screenshot. Like the moment 40 journals are very much suitable to my paper, like in the left hand side, you can see impact factor, site score, first decision, time of acceptance, whether it is what percent of acceptance rate. So all these things which pop up on the desktop. The moment it comes like impact factor, site score, so these are the metrics which we are supposed to understand. Then only we can decide, oh, this journal is better for me. Acceptance rate is something like this. Site score is something like this. Impact factor is something like this. Then you can select that paper, that journal as one of the preferred journal to publish your article. So the moment you get to know that indexed, impact factor, open access, here comes the question to you. What is it all about? How would I rate which journal is better for you? So how to choose a right journal for your publication? So that's what I'm going to discuss in my another 40 minutes of discussion. Like, what are these exactly? When there is around 50,000 plus journals are there, somebody sitting over there can ask me a question whether all 50,000 journals are validated, are they good, whether they are right journals, is there any fake journals, is there anybody who is there to look after those journals' quality, are they maintaining the standard? All these questions comes into your picture. So here comes the point that any journal who is interested to show that they are best and they are good, they are supposed to go for indexing. It is something like quality assurance, increased visibility, credibility, and other important parameters which are there for publications. Like indexing is one of the major today metric being considered. Like there are many in engineering side or in science or in any other research platforms. The first question comes indexed. So what do you mean by this indexed? In this index, people are very much interested in looking into analyze its quality, its credibility, its visibility. Like there are different indexing agencies. They are there to see whether this journal is right or wrong, whether this journal follows all the requirements required for a journal, like IJA factor, Compendix, Scoopers, Web of Science, SJR. I think probably you might have heard the Scoopers index, Web of Science index, SCI index. So they are all agencies which indexes the journal, whether that is right or wrong. So the moment once indexing is completed, next major buzz around the world, which is making one of the major thing is impact factor. Like many throughout the world, they do consider impact factor as one of the research metric to analyze which journal is good. Like I would say, I have a list here towards your left-hand side. Like top 10 impact factor journals I just listed out. Like there is one journal, a cancer journal of clinicians, which is having an impact factor of around 500, which is there in 2024 according to that. Like Nature Reviews Drug Discovery, around 122 impact factor. One more journal, the Lancet, it is around 98 impact factor. Like the bottom one, Nature, it is around 50 impact factor. Like different journals have major crown-like metric, that is impact factor. And somebody who is sitting at and listening to this can think, what is this impact factor? How do they calculate this impact factor? Like one of the best agency which gives impact factor to the journal, one and only, which is approved, is Clarivate. So Clarivate Analytics gives most of the indexed journals the impact factor, especially they do publish in journal citation reports, that is JCR. So you are supposed to think, whenever you see the journal, different journals quote different impact factors, different agencies given impact factor. For your kind information, as on today, Clarivate impact factor, JCR impact factor, that is Journal Citation Reports impact factor, is one of the important or most considered impact factor. Like mainly they're looking into the Science Citation Index, otherwise Social Sciences Citation Index. They do consider these journal impact factor given by the Clarivate. Like along with that, in the bottom, I also gave some of the fake indexing, fake journal impact factor agencies also. Like Index Copernicus, Scientific Indexing Services, Academic Journals Online, Science Impact Factor. They also give impact factor, and there are many journals, they claim that they have impact factor based upon these fake indexing agencies given impact factor. So you are not supposed to consider these fake agencies. I would say people should always consider Clarivate and JCR impact factor given thing. And now you started thinking how exactly they do calculate impact factor. This impact factor is mainly calculated based upon one important metric, that is citation. And probably you might be thinking, what is this citation? Citation refers to if somebody reads your publication, if they quote, if they cite your paper in their research articles, preferably considered as citation. Like somebody has read your paper, they understood your paper, and they referred your paper in their research article. So impact factor is mainly concentrating on citations. Like, how do they consider citations? Mainly they consider 2-year citations. Like there is a formula which mainly followed by Clarivate Analytics. That is a very simple total number of times articles were cited during the 2 years of publication times. Please remember this time frame, 2 years, divided by total number of articles that journal has published in that 2 years. That gives impact factor. Say, for example, if you are interested in knowing 2019 journal impact factor, in the right hand side, I have a simple mathematical calculator over there. 122 citations divided by 34 articles published in last 2 years gives you impact factor something like 3.5. To be precise, you can see the bottom right hand corner, JIF, that is journal impact factor, is equal to, for 2019 journal impact factor, like citations in 2019 to items published or article published in last 2 years, like 2017 and 2018. Like in 2017, total that journal has received 78 citations. In 2018, total that journal has received 44 citations. Put together, 78 plus 44 becomes 122. Divided by number of articles they published in those 2 years. Like 2017, they published total 17 papers, and 2018, they published total 17 papers, becomes 34. So 122 divided by 34 gives the impact factor 3.588. This is the impact factor being calculated for the journal. And this is how all journals are following this particular calculation criteria. But some of the drawbacks in this impact factor calculation, mainly they calculate research articles. Many times they do neglect some of the other articles. So major scientific platforms started objecting these impact factor calculation, and they started arguing some of the drawbacks in that. So somehow from almost 1.5 decades or 2 decades, journals were okay with this type of impact factor calculation. But later onward, they started asking many questions. Now, one of the main thing which has come out with Elsevier or Scoopers, that the Clarivate Analytics, to calculate impact factor, they consider only articles and reviews. But somehow conference papers are not being considered for the impact factor calculation. Data papers are not being considered for impact factor. Book chapters not being considered for impact factor. And they started asking question, we don't accept this. So in the same parallel, they have come out with one more concept called site score. So in that site score, they have come out with different calculation pattern. So journal impact factor calculate 2 years, but citation calculates 4 years. And they consider articles, reviews, conference papers, data papers, book chapters. Put together, the Scopus has come out with the concept of site score. So nowadays, journals are known to have both site scores and impact factor. Some of the journals are exclusively showing only site score. By looking into the citations of 4 years, by considering all the different articles, but some journals shows both site score and as well as impact factor. But as on today, journals are showing in their website one side impact factor, one side site score. Somebody who is interested in understanding that is supposed to understand impact factor means 2 years, site score means 4 years, and that's how the story goes all about. At the same time, one more concept, one more metric has come down: source normalized impact per paper. It is popularly called as SNP. And probably you can think, what is this SNP? SNIP is preferably considered by looking into individual articles. Like if you can just look back the citations and impact factor, the total publication published in journal were considered. But someone sitting over there can ask, all the 17 papers published in 2017, does they have same impact? Whether one paper is published in Cancer Journal having 500 impact factor, if the journal has published 50 articles, whether all 50 articles are having same impact, all are being analyzed, valued in the same way. Like probably you might be thinking in this way. If I published one paper in that 500 impact factor, does it equivalent to all the papers? So this is what the question is being asked by the scientific fraternity. And people started asking, what is my paper is doing? What is the impact of my paper which is published in that time? So they have come out with SNIP, that is source normalized impact per paper. So preferably this SNIP is given an average of 1. If your one article being published in that journal is having SNIP 1, means it is doing in an average level. If it is having SNIP 1.5, that means 1 is average level, 0.5 means 50% is doing better. If your paper, one paper having an SNIP of 2, that means average paper it is doing almost double of it, 2 SNIP. If your paper has given 0.8 SNIP, that means average level it has come down. Almost 20% it has come down. If one paper is having SNIP of 0.5, that means average level 50% it has come down. So among the journal, which paper is having better, which paper is having better, I mean doing good, average, good. So impact of a single citation will have an higher value in subject areas where citations are less likely or more likely. So that's how it has come out with SNIP. Another important aspect which is giving by the journals nowadays as metrics, SJR, Shimago Journal Rank. Like say for example, you have published one paper in one journal, Cancer. And that paper is read by thousands of people. Whether all those thousands of people are reputed ones, are they expert? Your paper has been read by whom? Cited by which research group? Like in simple, I would like to say that one group has obtained Nobel Prize in one particular concept. You have published one paper which is related to that Nobel Prize. If that Nobel Prize winner read that article and says that, oh, this is very related to my work, and if he cites that for the advancement of this Nobel Prize winning work, if he cites that, your paper will get maximum recognition. Instead of citing by X, Y, Z, if that person who is expert in that, if he cites, automatically people give more citation value. Like number of citation, but not just number of citation, where those citations are coming from. So this is another concept being considered for SJR, again by citations only. Okay. So when you see journal, like overall observation, they also give journal impact factor, they also give site score, they also give SJR, they also give SNP. So you can see what exactly is doing good. Recently, people started asking question like one cancer journal is having 500 impact factor based upon the citations. Because throughout the world, many people are working in cancer research. Most of the laboratories are working in cancer. If somebody publishes a paper in cancer journal, many researchers read and cite. That's why the cancer has 500 impact factor. At the same time, there are certain very specific, like in Shimoga, in Karnataka, we have one virus, Castor forest disease virus. Throughout the world, nobody is working. Only in Karnataka, KFD is there, Castor forest disease. Somebody who is there in European country or USA cannot work on KFD. Only who are there in Karnataka, India are supposed to work on that. At that time, KFD is, somebody can ask that, is it not important? There are certain journals like mathematics, very limited journals are there, limited people are doing research. When somebody, a cancer guy comes and tells that I have published in 500, at the same time mathematics guy comes and tells that I have published in 5 impact factor, and people sitting in this side may think that, come on man, what are you speaking? He has published a paper in 500 and you are coming and telling that you have published a paper in 5 impact factor. Where is the comparison? Then people started asking this question. Don't consider just based upon the impact factor, individual area, individual field, individual region. They do have their own importance. So people's thinking, journal rank by looking into quartile rankings like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Like cancer journal having 500 impact factor also comes under Q1. A mathematics journal having 5 impact factor also comes in Q1. Another area where only 1 impact factor is there, that also comes under the Q1. Like quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, quartile 4. By looking into the area, field, research, and other aspects, all journals have been categorized: Q1 journals, Q2 journals, Q3 journals, and Q4 journals. And now a cancer guy can tell that I have published in Q1 journal. At the same time, a mathematics guy who is having 5 impact factor can also claim that I have published in Q1 journal. So ranking metrics has come Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But this is about the journals, and not journals are being evaluated, not journals are being analyzed. The metrics are also comes for authors, metrics are also comes for articles. I just want to highlight author metrics. Like initially, people started with author metrics, and slowly that author metrics has increased to department metrics. the department to institution metrics to state level metrics to country level metrics to global level metrics. So nowadays you can see India research metrics, China research metrics, then coming to within India, like what is the Gujarat research metrics, Karnataka research metrics, and again coming down to among this, which institute is doing good, like IISc is doing good, which particular JNCSR is doing good, Jawaharlal Nehru University is doing good, JNU is doing good at metrics. Then comes down to individuals, institution, then authors. People, institutions, countries are being evaluated with metrics now. Like I'm taking my own author metrics here, Google Scholar author metrics. You can see in the right hand side, like cited by total citations of 3,200, H index of 37, I10 like 69. People are evaluating individual authors, something like this. What are the citations? Like how many citations my research has got only from my articles. Then again, they also go into deeper section, H index, then I10 index. I'll let you know what are those H index and I10 index in my next slides. And not just my citations, there are agencies who are also working my day-to-day activities, everyday activities. Like if you can see here, I have published a total publications of 108, and till date 66,000 people have visited, viewed my citations. Out of that, 14,448 people have downloaded my article. Like total citations are something like that. And you can see at the bottom benchmark, where is my research and my profile is being listed. Like you can see benchmark at the top, like something like that. And also among views, last year what has happened, last month what has happened, in which month how many people have seen, in which month it has come down, at the same time in what month and what year papers have been downloaded, people have read your papers. So it is like open. Everybody wants to see my performance. Everybody wants to know how am I doing. So this comes mainly in author metrics. Like if I say H index, by looking into the citations, like citations are being used for the calculation of impact factor, site score, SNP, SJR. Then comes even for H index also citations. So here the citation refers to, H index refers to n number of articles cited for n number of times. This is the simple equation they follow. Like my H index, it says 37. That means I have published 100 articles. Among 100 articles, 37 of my articles have cited minimum 37 times. Hope you are understanding. Like if I publish 10 articles, if all articles being cited for only one time, my H index is only 1. If I publish 10 publications, if all of my articles cited minimum 10 times, then my H index is 10. Since I do not have 11th article, I will never ever go 11th H index because I do not have 11th article. I have published only 10 articles. So a number of articles published a number of times. So this H index is being calculated for authors, for institutions, for countries, for many other things. At the same time, I10 index. Here, the I10 refers to how many articles have been cited minimum 10 times. So if you can go back and see my profile, my I-10 index says that 69. That means out of 100 articles, 69 of my articles cited minimum 10 times. So if you see my list of my articles, 69 articles have citation of minimum 10. If next 70th one, if it gets 10 citation, my I-10 index goes to 70. Like that's how the story goes. Like, why should I know all these things? Like recently in 2025, I just got this certificate unknowingly, like Science Rank Global. It's an official registry for 2025. I was not knowing how exactly I am working or how exactly I am doing. I was thinking that my research is doing good, okay, mediocre and other thing. But when I looked into this Science Rank Global, they have given me that M.Y. Srinivas has been independently verified and ranked among the world's top 5% scientists. I was really excited. I never thought that my research, my citations, my work is somewhere in the world's top 5%. Until these people have come out and told me, we have analyzed, we have verified, we have done, where is my global rank, where am I affiliated, what is my achievement. So this is one kind of thing which comes out of that. Next comes, among my 100 articles, which article is doing good? Article metrics. Article metrics, like I just took one of my paper, which this article is doing what, like which is published in one of the journal Frontiers in Microbiology, and which says that 43,000 people have seen my paper, around 6,700 people have downloaded, around 205 people have cited. Like among all article, which article is doing better, which article is taking recognition, it can also be seen. And guys, recently, one of the major thing which is taking place in research, I would say not supposed to be happen. I would say it is not good thing to taking place. Many people are trying to catch you, attract you, or becoming unscientific way, something called article processing charges. Every platforms, which I said so far, good platforms, scientific platforms, and all other things, they do have APC. Most of the journals nowadays, they have article processing charge. It's a global APC. Like among that, Elsevier is one of the top revenue generator from this APC. With my curiosity, I just looked into the statistics of APC. In 2023, estimated annual APC spending paid to Elsevier, it's around $582 million for Elsevier. At the same time, for Springer, it is estimated or earned around $546 million. And so-called the best research journal platform, Nature, and Nature specifically, they have like 9,500 euros. It comes around 11,000 USD dollars. Nature Communications, PLAS, these are the major scientific platforms. They do have this kind of article processing charges. The moment I heard this 548, 582, somewhere in 2023, and the statement was also showing that put together it is coming like $2,538, major platforms. The moment I heard these numbers, estimated revenue like $910 million. With my curiosity, I just put this $910 million into rupees, USD versus INR. And you can see the numbers over there. Mathematically, I became very weak in order to understand that dollar into rupees actually. Like almost 2,278,000 crores. Put together 2,000 crores. Just something called APC. Guys, now you can think in your mind, is it a business? So in the name of research, the countries are doing business. All major scientific platforms, maybe from Europe, maybe from America, maybe from China, they do all major scientific platforms. They are under business in the name of APC. Please,
Yes,
whenever
sir.
you are interested in publication, kindly look into this APC business. Like now you can think that in that APC, even India is doing APC. We are not earning, in turn, we are spending in the name of APC. All other countries are earning, including China, including USA, including Britain, including Switzerland. Many countries, they are earning money by the name of APC. But in turn, in India, we are investing on APC. I just have one snapshot which has come in Times of India. Indian researcher spent $17 million in 2020 to publish their papers. Imagine, guys, $17 million is going towards publication. I really think on this. Which is this metric? Why are we spending on this APC? Looking into this business, so many predatory journals have come out. Do you know what are predatory journals? Like fake journals. In order to catch fish, we do fishing. We are going to have small praise. If typically predatory journals have come out just to name as research metrics. Like predatory fake journals, this data I am not giving my own. In elsewhere, there was an article being published in 2018. Now it has increased. Journal of Informatics, Informometrics is published a paper, predatory journal, who publishes in them and why. So if you see the graph, India is ranked in publishing predatory journals. You can see the first graph, 2,592 publications are published in predatory journals. The highest number of papers have come out from India. Dear fellow colleagues who are sitting over there, don't think that is only India is publishing in this predatory fake journals. 52 different countries are publishing in predatory journals. But major goes from India, then Nigeria, Turkey, including USA, China, they also published in predatory fake journals. So before publishing, you please take care of this. I just have a snapshot that Anybody who is interested in knowing this predatory freight journals, I have one snapshot. International Journal of Recent Technology and Engineering. IJRTE. Somebody who is there in Google, you can just go into that. And he charges 8,000 rupees per article. And if you are good at mathematics, please visit this journal, calculate how many papers he is going to publish, charges 8,000 rupees per paper, and what is the total money he is going to get per year. Especially I am intending you to look into 2019, 2020 during especially the COVID era. Huge predatory journals have come out and they do have a PC. That's how UGC has come out. Not mandatory to publish in journals before the final PhD thesis. Focus on quality, not publication. UGC will debar universities that are found violating PhD quality and standards. And this is how Indian research is trying to showcase what is research metrics. So with this, I just want to thank you. I want to conclude. Another 15 minutes we can have for our discussion. Like guys, analyzing, understanding, considering research metrics is always appreciated. But before taking, I also gave APC and predatory fake journals. Please do consider, publish better journals, consider research metrics for the better thing rather than just to publish papers. I thank you one and all for listening to me, and I am open for taking any discussions.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
So, Dr. Hanmantraju here. So,
Yes,
one
sir.
thing I wanted to know, see, how to come to know that our impact factor or etching desk. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು
ಹೌದು
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ
sir.
2 years ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಏನೋ ಗೋತ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದು,
ಹೌದು sir.
ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್
Okay.
ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ನಮಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಅರೆ ಮತ್ ನಮ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ನಮ್ದು ಎಚಿಂಗ್ ಡೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ರು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದಂತ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ?
Very good, sir. Sir, for this, Google Scholar ಅಂತ ಇದೆ sir. Google
Yes, sir, yes,
Scholar ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, Web of Science ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, Scopus ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, SCI ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ದೊಂದು
Okay,
ಐಡಿ
sir.
ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಯು ಆರ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ವೆರಿಫೈ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ. ನೀವು
Yes,
ನಿಮ್ಮ
sir.
ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಆ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸರ್. ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮವು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ನಿಮ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಫಿಲಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮವೆಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಶೋರ್ ಸರ್.
ಆ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನ್ ಎಚ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನ್ I10 ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಶೋರ್ ಸರ್.
ಇದೇ ತರ ಸ್ಕೂಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ, ಇದೇ ತರ ವೆಬ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ, ಇದೇ ತರ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ login platforms.
Okay.
First, I would say better you go to Google Scholar.
Sure, sir.
Login credential create ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ sir.
ಖಂಡಿತ ಸರ್, ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ.
Thank you sir. Thank you sir.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Hello, sir.
This is
I'm
Dr.
Dr.
Namita
Raghu.
from Chemistry Department.
Yeah, let me take Namita. Yeah, Namita, please go ahead, Namita.
Sir, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಒಂದ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಅವಾಗ
Yes.
ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು 5 ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ.
Okay.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 1 year ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ 1 ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರತ್ತೆ.
Okay.
ಸೊ ಆಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆದಾಗ 5 ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾ ಇಲ್ಲ 1 ಆಗಿರೋದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ?